Yeah, the chip giant reportedly close to getting approval from China to ship its H200 chips into the country. Bloomberg says that approval could come as early as this quarter, and the sign-off is necessary for any chips to get sent. NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang said this week Chinese demand for the H200 is quite high. Markets and data editor Jared Blickery is here with me, too. I also thought it was interesting, yes. Reuters reporting this morning, NVIDIA says to its Chinese clients, according to Reuters, we want to get paid up front.
Yeah, I like that part.
Yeah.
You know, the whole thing with this NVIDIA in China is this is gravy because they have not been including expectations for China sales in their earnings. And so this is just right on the top. Having said that, expectations are always high for NVIDIA.
Yeah.
So a couple of facts here. This is not a free-for-all. The H200 will be limited to select commercial use and barred for the military, sensitive agencies, critical infrastructure, and also state-owned companies. And the demand, there's so supposedly, according to the Bloomberg article, there's demand from Alibaba and ByteDance. They would be interested in 200,000 or more H200 units. And there's also regulatory uncertainty. Mm-hmm. This is not only in the U.S., but in China. So it looks like that's steadily evaporating. But Reuters says China has asked for some of these firms to pause orders. And as you said, NVIDIA wants to get paid up front. And we'll see how that goes. You know, long-term, NVIDIA is still not that far off from its record highs.
It's about 8.5%, 9% off those record highs.
It's been the center of this AI story. So if they actually are able to ship to China and exceed demand, and they are able to put that in their next earnings report, you know, I think that could be a major catalyst.
Yes. As you said, it's not something that the company or analysts are factoring in to the earnings right now. All right, let's talk about Constellation.
Even though the calendar has changed, Nvidia is still heavily affected by the well-known geopolitical tensions. The U.S. corporation, which is the world's top producer of AI chips, is still torn between Beijing's resolve to lessen its need on foreign technology and Washington's growing control over exports of sophisticated semiconductors. U.S. President Donald Trump declared in December that his government would lift export restrictions on Nvidia's H200 AI processors for China, overturning a ban put in place by the previous Biden administration. The decision was a major victory for Nvidia and its CEO, Jensen Huang, who had spent months lobbying the White House, claiming that preventing U.S. chipmakers from entering China would eventually benefit domestic Chinese competitors rather than safeguard American dominance. However, the information story this week that Chinese officials had ordered some IT businesses to cease placing fresh orders for Nvidia's H200 chips shook those predictions. The report indicated a delay rather than a categorical rejection, stating that authorities were examining whether and under what circumstances the chips could be permitted into the nation. Beijing is eager to stop businesses from hoarding U.S.-manufactured chips until a decision is made, according to the article. According to Liu Pengyu, a spokesman for the Chinese embassy in Washington, China, is committed to using its own advantages to further its national development, and it is also prepared to continue communicating and working with all sides to ensure the stability of international supply chains and industry. Bloomberg revealed on Thursday that China is getting ready to authorize some imports of Nvidia's H200 chips as early as this quarter, which further increases the uncertainty. According to the article, Chinese authorities are thinking of permitting purchases for specific economic purposes while imposing stringent restrictions on sensitive locations. Citing security concerns, the plan would prohibit the use of the chips by the military, key government agencies, state-owned businesses, and essential infrastructure. Other foreign technology products, such as Apple iPhones and Micron Technology memory chips, have already been subject to similar limitations. According to the report, which cited sources, requests from prohibited organizations might still be examined separately. Nvidia has taken action to protect itself from possible damages in the event that approvals are postponed or revoked in light of this changing environment. According to Reuters, the corporation has started to impose harsher than usual commercial terms, requiring Chinese clients who want to purchase H200 chips to pay in full up front. Customers are not allowed to cancel, request refunds, or modify configurations after placing an order. Instead, they must pay in full at the time of ordering. Clients may occasionally be permitted to use asset collateral or commercial insurance in lieu of cash. Although Nvidia has historically required upfront payments from Chinese customers, in the past, they were permitted to make deposits rather than paying the entire amount at once. However, Nvidia has increased requirements for the H200, reflecting the uncertainty surrounding the final approval of shipments. Hard lessons learned are reflected in the move. An unexpected U.S. restriction that prevented sales of the H20 chip to China last year forced Nvidia to write down $5.5 billion in inventory, demonstrating how swiftly changes in policy can result in financial hardship. The demand for the H200 doesn't seem to be dropping while regulators decide. The H200 is an effective part. It is around 6 times more powerful than the H20, which was created especially to meet previous export regulations before being completely prohibited. It is Nvidia's second most sophisticated chip. The H200 marks a significant technological advancement for Chinese IT companies vying to develop and implement extensive AI systems. Huang stated on Tuesday that Nvidia had increased its supply chain in anticipation of orders and that customer interest was quite high. We now need to go over the specifics of President Trump's declaration that the H200s are authorized for export. I anticipate receiving the purchase orders after we finish that. Huang went on to say that he did not anticipate a formal announcement from Beijing, pointing out that the issuance of purchase orders would indicate permission in and of itself. Purchase orders teach us everything. Huang stated, "We don't anticipate any major announcements or press releases. Over 2 million H200 chips, which cost roughly $27,000 each, have been ordered by Chinese computer businesses, according to Reuters. That greatly surpasses Nvidia's existing stock of over 700,000 units, highlighting the magnitude of the demand as well as the logistical difficulty of satisfying it. China continues to be a significant source of funding for Nvidia. Chief Financial Officer Colette Kress stated in August that the company could export $2 billion to $5 billion worth of chips to China each quarter, with room to grow if orders pick up speed. Reports suggesting that Chinese firms like Huawei and Baidu are closing the quality gap with U.S. processors have been shared by Nvidia's government affairs team in recent days. Cutting it off from China, according to Nvidia, runs the risk of accelerating rather than restraining the rise of domestic competition. According to a survey by consultancy firm Frost & Amp, Sullivan, Baidu, and Huawei currently own over 70% of the Chinese market for cloud computing chips. It further stated that local businesses are developing full-stack products to compete with Nvidia's CUDA software ecosystem, which is essential to their hegemony in AI computing. Join our investor community. Hit subscribe and like to get your daily Nvidia stock insights and tutorials delivered. Although they are gaining ground, domestic rivals are still far behind Nvidia. As they continue to create alternatives, Chinese online communities, such as ByteDance, view the H200 as an essential update. According to analysts, within 3 to 5 years, homegrown GPUs could transition from strategic backups to essential parts of China's AI sector. Chinese chip companies have experienced significant gains due to investor excitement surrounding that change. While More Threads, which was formed by a former Nvidia executive, floated in one of the biggest offers of the year on the Shanghai Star Market, Cambricon's shares increased by over 120% last year. However, analysts warn that Nvidia is still well ahead of Chinese competitors. It is believed that Huawei, which is frequently mentioned as the most formidable domestic rival, is at least 2 years behind in terms of performance. According to Tim Fist of the Center for a New American Security, Chinese manufacturers are likewise severely limited in their capability, generating only 2% of the volume attained by their international competitors. Nvidia has asked Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Co. to increase H200 production in order to meet predicted demand. More capacity is anticipated to be online in the second quarter of 2026. This expansion occurs at a difficult moment as Nvidia competes with clients like Alphabet's Google for limited manufacturing slots at TSMC and moves from its Blackwell architecture to the more sophisticated Rubin platform. Xi Jinping understands why China cannot use guns and explosives to conquer Taiwan. The operations of Taiwan's Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, TSMC, in Hsinchu Science Park are so complex that even the slightest shock from a far-off bomb could bring down the factory and the computer chips it produces, which are becoming more and more important to the world economy. It's important to keep this in mind while detractors on the left, right, and center attack President Trump and Nvidia for permitting the most valuable company in the world to sell its top-performing processors in China. Surprisingly, There is broad agreement among the often opposing ideologies that Nvidia's sales into China pose a threat to the national security of the United States. Whether they come from the left or the right, the positions are perplexing. It's simple to overlook that left-wing ideology has been influenced by support for free trade for generations. Theorists as far to the left as Marx and Engels supported free trade because of the historical reality that autarky disconnects a world that is peacefully connected through exchange, as Professor Mark William Palin of the University of Exeter explained in his 2024 book, Pax Economica, Left-Wing Visions of a Free Trade World. Because the US, China, and Nvidia's chip sales in China connect the economies of the two superpowers together, the back-and-forth flow of valuable inputs and market goods created by artificial intelligence, AI professionals from both nations is benign. Regarding a growth-oriented American right, the first few chapters of Adam Smith's The Wealth of Nations are a master class on the brilliance of work divided. It is also well known that products and services can peacefully replace guns and bombs when crossing borders. According to Smith's report on a pin factory he visited, a guy working alone might only be able to create 1 pin a day, whereas a group of individuals working in a specialized manner could generate tens of thousands. Growth is powered by free trade more than any other economic idea. All of this emphasizes how crucial it is that Chinese and Americans divide up the effort in the field of artificial intelligence. How foolish it would be to divide the very people and machines that, if working together, may author considerably larger AI leaps than if creating in more solo fashion, especially because AI is believed to have the ability to change how we live and work today, and much more in the future. The division of labor between the United States and China, which will fortunately now include the exchange of Nvidia chips, is significant because, by definition, the partnership offers much more of the very wealth creation that makes war so terribly costly. In other words, a much greater threat to American national security and economic prosperity would arise from the continuation of a policy initiated under the Biden administration to keep Nvidia's chips out of a rapidly expanding Chinese market. If Nvidia is prohibited from selling its products in China, what a lost commercial opportunity. National security is no different from business. It's worthwhile to review TSMC's activities in Taiwan in order to understand why. Nvidia chips are made at Hsinchu Science Park for the international market. Once more, it makes Taiwan much less vulnerable to attack than is often believed. Both Mr. Xi and Nvidia executives understand why. According to Stephen Witt, who wrote a history of Nvidia Executive Vice President Deb Sjoquist once said to him, "If something happens to Taiwan and TSMC, the ramifications are so large it's almost like asking me what I'd do if California fell into the ocean." In summary, Taiwan's production for the globe makes it safer, while California's unique contribution to global economic output makes it as safe from attack. Santa Clara, California, is home to Nvidia. The United States will be safer as a result if it can fulfill its position as an essential provider to a world that includes China. Elevate AI is pleased to announce the installation of Nvidia B300 Blackwell GPUs in its AI-focused data center in Armenia, which represents a major turning point in the development of AI infrastructure in the nation. Workloads including AI training and inference, such as generative AI, enterprise applications, and research-driven computing, will be supported by the B300 GPUs. Phased deployment with an emphasis on operational reliability, power stability, and infrastructural preparation is employed. Armen Alexanian, CEO of Elevate AI, stated that this project is a landmark step for Armenia as it enters the global arena of AI infrastructure. By implementing NVIDIA's most recent B300 GPUs, we are creating AI infrastructure that raises the bar for performance and capability worldwide. A new generation of AI accelerators, the NVIDIA Blackwell B300 GPU, is designed for high memory bandwidth, effective multi-GPU scaling, and steady performance under constant stress. These features are especially important for executing sophisticated inference pipelines, enabling enterprise AI applications, and training huge language models. The data center environment, including power delivery, cooling systems, and operational monitoring, was thoroughly prepared before Elevate AI was deployed. As part of its power mix, the company's infrastructure plan uses renewable energy sources to support high-density GPU operations under consistent operating circumstances. David Erekelian continued. We first concentrated on getting the basics right: power, cooling, and long-term stability. This is just the beginning, and we intend to increase the project's computational power and geographic scope in the upcoming year. Elevate AI intends to gradually make the additional GPU power accessible to enterprise clients, startups, and research institutions after installation and validation. In Gagarin, Republic of Armenia, Elevate AI creates AI-focused data center infrastructure, offering GPU-based computing capabilities for startup, commercial, and academic applications. Nvidia Blackwell B300 GPUs with a maximum power capacity of 2.0 MW are installed in the data center. Performance, sustainability, and long-term dependability are key components of the company's strategy. Don't forget to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your input helps create a more knowledgeable community where we can all learn and grow together in the world of investing. Stay up to date with the latest market trends, insights, and key updates by subscribing to Investing Tutorial. We're here to help you make smarter investment decisions and stay ahead of the curve.